Hey, my lovely Willow Vibes Tribe members. I am Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. There's going to be a dream share in here and going over a few things because I don't know, it's coming back up, and it's almost like when information comes in, over the years or past few months and whatever, and it's like, oh, well, that makes sense, and then nothing else does, or you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you're going, what the mother, like connecting dots left and right, going, oh, I have a pit in my stomach all of a sudden, whew, going like, I was seeing things before, like not in a psychedelic kind of way, but I was connecting those dots before, having like understanding this, understanding that, but not like this, like there's something that's undeniable. It's the energy. I can't breathe. And for some reason, y'all know spirit does that stuff to me, but cut it out. I keep getting like a dry spot in my throat when I'm talking about certain things, and it's making me cough almost like no. Like don't say certain stuff, because when I first hit record, or before I hit record, I'm like, I don't want to, it's like I don't feel comfortable doing this. I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to say this. I don't want to whatever. So there could be someone in a situation that is like, I want to be helpful, but I don't want any part of this. I don't want any part of this. So that's in here somewhere. But anyways, whew, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stick around. Hope you do stay. I'd love it if you would. But some of the songs that I picked up on are tied to the situation as well. And there's not even just songs I picked up on. It's songs I wrote. I literally wrote. I thought it was going to start off as a poem, and it turned out to be like song lyrics or whatever. But poetry and songs are pretty much the same until you add a beat. But I was shuffling through this deck, and music came up, and I've been talking about how music is very significant, the type of music that people listen to. Maybe there's certain songs that someone's showing you, and you would just think nothing of it until you look back and go, is that a warning sign of this, that, and the other? Or should I pay attention to this? Is someone trying to tell me something through music? Like, you know what I mean? So someone might be figuring things out that way, especially through lyrics of some kind. But this whole situation, everything that's going on, I wrote about like way back in 2021, I think. Yeah, I think I wrote those at the end of the year in 2021. But anyways, so a couple of my dreams were, excuse me, thought I was getting a burp. A couple of my dreams were a little weird. I don't remember all of them, but I was like, for some reason, I feel like I need to share them so they might make sense to other people. Because sometimes in my dreams, like who I am in them, I could be like a stand-in for someone else. You know what I mean? Like I'm seeing through somebody else's eyes. Because the people I saw in this dream, I've never met. So I don't know who the hell they are. I don't know why it was coming up. If it has nothing to do with those people and it's just a situation or something. But what was really weird, the first one, because it happened back-to-back nights. Like one night there was this dream, and then the next night was, which actually was last night, was the other one. And they both had like a crazy undertone, like someone being insane or being accused of being crazy, or like making you believe that you are that way. Like that's kind of what the undertone of these dreams were. And it wasn't geared towards me in the dream or whoever I was representing. It was, well, in one of them it was. The other one, it was like geared towards someone completely different. Like it's almost like pointing the finger at whoever I was representing or me in the first dream. And then the second dream was pointing the finger at somebody completely different that I wasn't even tied to. That I just knew this person. I didn't, they weren't my family. They weren't like a close friend. You know what I mean? It's just when you know someone, and the finger was being pointed at that person in the other dream. And I'm like, well, what the hell is this? So anyways, the first dream, I think I was at Walmart, and for some reason Walmart is extremely significant. Maybe someone frequents there, or that's just the store you always shop at, or these people, or something there's some type of correlation with Walmart for whatever reason, and it doesn't necessarily feel like just a fun family trip to Walmart. You know what I mean? No, there's more to it than that. Um, Somebody might be getting picked up at Walmart or at a store or something. But anyways, in the dream, I had a shopping cart and I was in the parking lot, and I went to put the cart back, like where the carts go or whatever, and I couldn't move. Like, I was in a spot where you park your car, it was just an empty spot, and I couldn't move the cart to go, like I couldn't push it where I wanted it to go. And the ground was it looked shiny, like it was wet, but no one was slipping around, so it didn't seem icy. It's almost like, I guess in a sense like that, you assume, or you're thinking like, okay, this could be a slippery situation, but nobody else is slipping, but only I was slipping. It was just weird. So there's symbolism in dreams, just saying. What does it mean to you as well? So anyways, there was someone standing beside me. It was a woman, and I don't know who the hell she was, like I said, but I knew her in the dream, and I was wearing my bright pink sweatshirt, which I actually did a reading in that sweatshirt not too long ago, like a few days ago. I'll have to find it, but it's a Under Armour one, and it's got like camo Under Armour symbol, and it's bright neon pink, which an ex-husband of mine gave it to me, but it has nothing to do with that person or who gave it to me or whatever. It's just weird that I was just wearing it and that was in the dream, because I don't wear that shirt very much. And during all that crazy energy in real life, for me, I was wearing that shirt a lot because I was going into the woods, and you want to be seen in the woods, basically. So it's just kind of weird. But anyways, regardless of the fucking sweatshirt, because now I'm hung up on that one detail, and maybe it's important for me, and that's why I'm rambling on. At least that aspect, because it was my dream. But anyways, so I'm in that sweatshirt, someone's talking to me, and as I'm trying to get the cart to push forward, I'm slowly falling. Like, it's moving. I was like being pushed forward, and I never let go of the damn cart. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm going forward. And then all of a sudden I was like flat on the ground, but I didn't like pancake down. I didn't fall. I just kind of went, like a slow go. And the cart kind of flipped up, and I'm still holding on to it, laying on the ground going, what the hell? What the hell? Like, why did that happen? And I think I literally asked the girl that, like, what just happened here? Why did that happen? So something could have happened, something that wasn't very good. You could have got tangled up in a bad situation, or someone did something to you, whatever. And it's like, why did this have to happen? Why did that just happen? What's going on? You know what I mean? Because there's some things that happen to us, whether it's spiritually based or just people around us, situations, and they're learning experiences, no matter how crappy they are. And it's like, okay, well, why did that have to happen? Why did I get hurt in this process when I wasn't part of it, kind of thing? Like, what's going on? Because there's more to it than that, is what I heard. But anyways, so I'm like all confused, like, what the hell? And I wouldn't let go of the damn cart. I don't know why, in the dream. And then all of a sudden I'm in a car, and I was in a blue car, and it was like and I've talked about a blue car before, but the car I was talking about in a prior reading was a light blue, like almost grayish. And this one was like, I don't know, a royal blue or something. It was a darker blue, but kind of, I don't know, it's kind of pretty, actually. The color, it was pretty, but it was a darker blue. And it was just like either a 2-door or a 4-door little car is what it was. And I'm in the passenger seat, and there was a woman driving, and I'd never seen her before. And it was almost like I just kind of came to, like I'd been asleep or something. Ow, my shoulder. Oh, that reminds me of that, doesn't it? That's something completely different. But anyways, so the shoulder thing. So I'm like, well, what the hell is going on? Like, where am I? What? Because I was just in the parking lot. I remembered where I was before, and I'm like, how did I get here? And the woman goes, you don't remember? She's like, we're in Boston. I'm like, how the hell did we get to Boston? She's like, we've been here the entire time. I'm like, no, we haven't. I was just at Walmart, and then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm in a fucking car. And she's like, we've been here the whole time. You're losing your mind, basically. And I'm like, I'm not losing my mind. Like, it was so frustrating because I knew what had happened. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like if someone was in a state of intoxication, no matter what the substance was, whether they took it on their, by their own accord, or if it was given to them without them knowing, it's almost like everything's fine. Why am I the only one that can't handle this? That's fucked up. Why am I the only one that's fucked up here? Because that's how the dream kind of started, and then I end up in Boston in the fucking car, and I have no recollection of how I got there, and I'm being told by just one person, because nobody else told me this, that in the dream that we had been there the entire time. Like, it's almost like this never happened, but damn well it did. Because I was like so adamant on proving myself in that dream. I was like, you know what? Fuck you, you're lying. Like, I just knew in the dream, I'm like, you're full of crap. I'm not crazy. And that's what the dream was. And then the other dream, because that was like where the crazy was pointed at me in the dream, or whoever I represented. And then the other dream was where it was kind of pointed at somebody else's mother. And it wasn't me. It was because I was in an apartment building. But this apartment building didn't look like a normal one where, you got upstairs, downstairs. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a house that was converted, at least in the dream. It was almost like a motel where there was like different doors, side by side. We were side by each because I remember there being three. And, I think I was in on one end, then this woman, this mother person or whatever, was in the middle, and Tyler's tarot. Tyler was on the far end, but there was a dude that lived with him. So it wasn't just him. It was, wait, was it? Did he live with him? No, the dude didn't live with Tyler. He lived with his mother. So there was a guy, a younger guy, because this guy was young, that lived with his mother, but he wasn't a child. So it was like a grown man, but not like, he wasn't in his 40s, 50s, or whatever. He was on the younger side. So anyway, I've never seen these people before either, just saying. So they're definitely stand-ins for some other situation, or I'm picking up on people that I've never met. But it correlates with a lot of crap I picked up on, I'm just saying. Because winged seer, you see clearly, clairvoyance. I get messages in the weirdest ways. And sometimes it's like the messages kind of die down. There's nothing like, oh, everything's calmed down, and then message. And that's how people could be acting as well, but that's how spirit comes in. It's like, all right, we're going to regain your energy, and we're going to back off, and then we're going to slam them. We're going to slam people with information. That's really what it feels like. Or someone else is doing that. But anyways, so in this dream, I remember the mom died. This mother died, and the son was talking to Tyler's tarot, so talking to a tarot reader. But maybe Tyler's the one that showed up in my dream because, I've watched him online before. So it could be someone, like a tarot reader that somebody's watching online, or what have you, because dreams, like I said, people can be fillers and stuff. So anyways, he was talking to him, like trying to get information, and Tyler was like, not right now, I don't know. Like, he was like trying to, he wasn't pushing the guy away. He was just like, not now, not now, not now. It was almost like time and place, I guess, because everything had just happened. So it's like, not now. I'm not answering any questions for you right now. You got to wait because this just happened, kind of thing. And I remember coming out of the apartment, out of mine, and I don't know what Tyler was doing. He was around, but the other dude was shoveling shit up, like shoveling stuff, like trying to clean up a mess. He was trying to clean something up. He was taking care of stuff. Like, either he didn't want people to see something that pertained to his mother or himself, or he was just trying to clean up the situation. I don't know what it was, but I remember I went over and I helped him because there was 2 shovels. It's like shoveling shit. Let's clean this shit up. Someone needs to clean some shit up. And I don't feel like it's good shit. But anyways, So I'm outside because I was out in the open. We were outside. We weren't like hidden in an apartment or whatever. Because in a dream space, if you're out in the open, it's almost like it's no secret that you were helping another person or helping someone get through a situation or whatever. Like, so it's out in the open basically, and it was in the dream. And I had helped my son's friend because his mother just passed away, and everything going on that was out in the open. I haven't hidden nothing about that, so it could be pertaining to that situation. But anyways, regardless of that, in the dream, I'm out there like cleaning up this alleyway basically because it was like a path to our doors, to the front doors. It was just a pile of shit. I don't know, it was just shit everywhere. So I'm cleaning it up, and then Tyler was like, he said something like, you're being really helpful, thank you. And I was like, yeah, I do what I can, I'm trying basically. So I ended up walking into his apartment, and we sat at a table, at a round table, which is weird because I have a round table in my garage that I'm working on, which used to be my friend Joe who passed away. That was his table, and I'm fixing it up. But anyways, we're sitting around. It looked like an old table, like those wood laminate tables. So there could be a level of history here, or history repeating itself. There's a significance with a table as well, whatever that is. But anyways, we're sitting at the table and talking about tarot and readings. We're talking about psychic messages basically. And I was like, oh, I love what you do. And he goes, we should collab. We should work together sometime. And I was like, that would be really cool, but I can't do what you do. But I could bring something different or unique or a change to the table basically. So like we could work together, and you have these capabilities and I have these capabilities is what it was boiling down to. And that guy, the son of the mother that passed away in the dream, walked into Tyler's apartment and was like, he wanted something. He wanted something from Tyler, I think it was. Because I don't think he wanted anything from me. He wanted something from someone, from one of us. And Tyler told him no. He said, you need to go. You need to, like, go back to your place. Like, you can't be here, go. Which I actually said that to my son's friend. I said, you can't stay here, basically. Like, I don't want any part of certain things that are going on with you. Like, I will listen. I'm here to be supportive, but I don't like the path, that road. I don't like the people that take advantage of him, basically. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I was like, mm-mm. But that happened in the dream, but it was Tyler that said it, which maybe he was representing me in the dream because I do readings online. But anyways, the guy, I don't talk like this, but Tyler had said, like, after the kid left, he goes, that guy's got a few screws loose. Like, he's got some issues, is what he told me. And I was like, I can kind of see that. And he goes, just be careful. Things aren't what they seem, basically. And I was like, okay. And that's how I feel in this situation in real life, not just in my dreams. So it's almost like spirit guides and stuff going in the form of a tarot reader, because maybe that's how I'll listen or retain it. And it's like, things aren't as they seem in this situation. Maybe you should back up. But I had already backed up before I had this dream, and it's probably like, all right, you made the right choice, because I felt bad. And I had been talking about setting clear boundaries with other people, not just with this specific person, but for you guys to learn how to do that, but for me as well, because yes, I can say no, but when you really care and someone's going through the grieving process, when it's very difficult for them and you feel bad, you tend to lower your walls a little bit, or you allow people to cross that line in small ways. It's almost like you tolerate more because of the circumstances. And I did temporarily for a day, basically. And I was like, all right, I see this cycle. I see this pattern. I see exactly what's going on. It's the same fucking crap. I'm not dealing with this. And it's like, no offense to you, honey. I'm very, I feel bad about what happened. That's really difficult. And in an emotional sense, I'm here to talk, kind of thing. But I want no part of any bullshit. I don't want any part of that lifestyle. None of it. Like, And you can just use your imagination with what I'm talking about. I just don't want, I don't want problems. I've pulled myself away from people like that and situations, and that's just not what this is. So he does not live here. He's not staying here. He was here Friday night, spent some time with my son. He wasn't supposed to be here Saturday. Ended up getting a ride from someone that I didn't want him to be around, because I didn't want to be around that person either, not naming names. Got a ride from that person and basically made a lot of decisions without asking me first. He told me after, and it's like, I understand you're being honest after the fact, but that doesn't make it right. You know, like, I don't want certain things in my house. I don't want, you know, you acting a certain way, because my house is not a party house, period. And he was making decisions as such, and I was like, you can't stay here, sorry. Nope. Nope. I can't do that. And he might get mad about me saying that, but it is what it is. I tried to steer him in the right direction. I gave him advice, but he's listening to everyone but me, which is totally fine. And that's his choice. But I tried to be a positive influence for him, but that's just not happening. So there's nothing else I can do in that situation. And as difficult as it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Because you can only help those who want to help themselves. And those are lessons that we all learn, myself included. And I know I learned that lesson because I put my foot down. And I wouldn't have done that before. I would have got dragged into somebody else's bullshit and drama because I would have wanted to save someone. I'm not here to save a single fucking person. I'm here to help people if you need it, if you want it, if you're willing to do the work yourself, because advice is just that. I can just say, I give you the advice verbally, you do what you will with it. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. Because he was crossing the line, invasion, boundaries violated, and dominance. That's not what happens in my fucking house. This is my house, and what I say goes, period, end of discussion. When it comes to that, I'm just saying, because my daughter's here and my son, I got younger people around, and I don't need bad influences around them, you know what I mean? And what's crazy is I was seeing this problem coming my way before it even happened, and I was questioning whether or not I should even get involved. When I got the phone call, it's just like, I put myself in other people's shoes, like, oh, if that was my mother, I would want support too. Well, I don't feel like it's support that was wanted. I feel it's sympathy. So that not me, so that someone could take advantage of my kindness or the kindness of others. I know that's a bold statement, but this isn't someone I just met willy-nilly. You know what I mean? I know this person, so, in the situation. But anyways, it's weird because I wrote this down March 7th, which was the day my grandfather passed away, because I found out the next day that he died, and someone connected to this person actually lost their mother too. And I was like, oh man, this is the year of loss. I've said that already for many people, not just for the people I know or know of me or whatever. But I wrote down boo-boo under eye. Well, this person that I was talking about has a scar under his eye from an accident. And then I had written down, because I didn't know what a lot of this meant altogether, I dropped you, slipped away, wow. Painful messages and information. Well, he lived here temporarily. So the I dropped you is, I hadn't been talking to him. He hadn't been around. And it wasn't that I was like, oh, get out of my world kind of thing. It was just, he lived here, wasn't working out. And then I didn't hear from him when he wasn't here, and he ended up getting arrested and stuff. So it kind of slipped away from the situation. And then painful messages and information, he called and told me about what was going on in his personal life. And I was just like, with everything going, yeah, that is painful information that he had to hear, that he had to deliver, that he's had to go through. And he is dealing with a lot. It's a lot, and it is a lot. And then I wrote, should I pick you or this back up or leave it alone? And I literally thought that after that phone call, when I went to the hospital the first night, I'm like, do I really want to be involved in this? Do I really want to be an integral part, or do I just want to show a little bit of support and then kind of back off? And that's pretty much the conclusion I came to was, just hearing everything, seeing everything, the way people are acting, how greedy people are being in the situation, just what's going on. I was like, I don't want any part of this. I really don't. And I told him that. For multiple reasons. I'm not going into detail on here because it's no one's business. But yeah, I just didn't want to pick it back up. Don't forget the warnings. Don't forget the warnings. It's just unhealthy situations in people. It really is. And I don't want to be tied to any of it. So if anyone ever wonders, no, I'm not associated with any groups of people from my past, any people that he's associated with. No, that's not, I'm outside that circle. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to be dragged back in it. And I won't be. And no one close to me will be dragged into it either. As long as I have anything to do with it, just saying. Because there's sudden epiphanies, like figuring things out, and bad attitudes. Because pride and ego getting in the way. You can only help those who want to be helped. And what's sad is I know that there are people in that situation who are going to take advantage of that person. But there's nothing I can do about it, because I tried to give the best advice I could in that, and that's just, it is what it is. But this is one of the songs that I wrote back in 2021, and this is basically what's going on for this kid. Like, it's an eye-opening experience if you allow it to be, I guess. This is what they're doing to us. They don't love you. They don't like you. They don't want you to succeed. When you do, they can't lead. When you fight them, they'll make you bleed. And this kid's gotten his ass kicked multiple times from stupid people, just saying. They'll make you beg, right down on your knees. Make you beg, please, oh please, don't knock me down, I'm already on my knees. Pick me up so the world can see only what you want them to see. The secrets stay in the dark where they should be. When you shed light, be prepared to fight, because they'll do whatever they can to take away your rights. And I wrote that down. Be careful where you shine your light. Like, be careful with outing certain information, with talking to certain people, with getting involved. Because I don't want to be around anyone who's doing shady crap. I don't like negative energy. And with what I do for a living, tarot and stuff, I don't want to pick up on their fuck shit. I just don't. I want that crap far away from me. And usually when I pick up on it, it's either because they're headed my way or someone tied to them is. So just stay the hell away is what I want to say when it comes to bad intentions, because trust me, it'll come out. And then the other one I wrote, which was after the ashes to ashes, dust to dust, eventually death befalls all of us. Well, as far as I know, per a phone call, his mother has passed. So there was that. And then this was the very last one I wrote before Rainbows, which was a happier one, I guess. The deafening sound of silence ringing in your ears, waiting for the glass to shatter, blood, sweat, and tears. Greed and jealousy poisoning the moon. When the bear growls, the wolf howls. It's coming soon. Lay in wait, let the darkness surround. It's fate, don't worry, you'll be found. No harm, no foul, the wicked will strike out, due to the divine gifts that clear all doubt. You know what's also weird? In his mother's room, on the wall, because I peeked in, I wasn't really in there for long, there's literally, I'm not even kidding you, an arrowhead. And I was talking about this in prior readings about how like an arrowhead, or like Indian type stuff, Native American stuff, something significant about that. And I wasn't sure if it was like a bow and arrow or if they were artifacts and stuff. Well, there's this plaque in the shape of an arrowhead with a wolf on it, and on the other side of a shelf is a circle, a plate. It's like a circle plate type looking thing with a bear on it. I'm just saying, what are the odds of that? I had never been into that apartment, that room, that place until this was going on. And that's the first thing I was drawn to. I just looked at the wall and I'm like, holy crap. Not to mention, there's a giant tapestry of a tree. And I was like automatically drawn to that because I love trees, just saying. It was really cool looking. But the stuff I talked about, it's almost like leading up to what had happened in that situation, which I'm not diving into. I'm just saying, I think that whole when the bear growls, the wolf howls energy is tied to that. And it might have something to do with, you know, someone not liking what I say or not liking what somebody else has said or done or whatever. And it is what it is, because I am a truth teller, you know, like, I don't just blab people's business and stuff. I'm not naming names and all that crap. But if you have a guilty conscience, it is what it is. The shoe fucking fits, you know what I'm saying? But, and whatever I'm talking about, but, I just heard, I wish you didn't see this. I wish you didn't see this. I almost feel like that's his mother saying that, because he shouldn't. I said that to a few people, like, I wish he didn't see that, you know, her in that state and whatever, because that's hard, you know, it's difficult. But I don't know what that is exactly. I wish you didn't see this. So there could be someone that might watch this exact reading or whatever, this video, and go, I don't know, for whatever reason, they might not like what they're hearing, seeing, whatever, and it's like, I wish you didn't watch this. But this feels more like psychic visions and stuff. I wish you didn't see something. Like, I wish you didn't know what the F was going on. This 12 breaks down to a 3 as well. And 8. There's 8 eyes. I wish you didn't see this. So whatever that is, because it doesn't feel good, whatever it is. But let's see, is there anything else that we need to know or dive into? Yeah, because there's some stressful information here and potential jail time. So this could involve someone who's gone to jail, who's in jail, or who's headed there. But this feels like I'm worried. I wish you didn't see this, because someone's worried. I wish you didn't see what this is, because now I'm worried about you. That's that. I'm like, yeah. Anyways. I wish you didn't see this. Why am I so hung up on that? Whenever I get hung up on shit, it's usually important. I wish you didn't see this. And of course, it made it hard to breathe. So it could be someone who has, wow, I'm dizzy. It could be someone who has breathing issues, who's like, oh, I really wish you didn't see this, that, and the other, whatever. But, because I know that was going on with his mother, but there's a lot of people who have passed away and who are still alive who either had or have some type of breathing issue, whether it's emphysema, COPD, you know, whatever the hell is going on with certain people. But I don't know, my chest feels heavy. So it could be like a smoker's thing as well. But there's someone who has either experienced that or deals with it who's like, I wish you didn't see this. With the moon. Because secrets. There's some level of secrecy here. Someone wishes that you didn't know something. I wish you didn't know this. I wish you didn't see this. What the fuck? Huh. What is that about? Could be a Cancer or a Pisces that's involved as well with the moon energy. Gemini. Definitely, we have the Lovers. Gemini. Ow. I feel worried. I feel worried about someone or something now. So someone might be coming in really quickly because they're worried about something. It's almost like, okay, I'm worried about this. Someone could be worried about a secret getting out, or they're just worried. They're secretly upset and going, like, reeling, like going round and round in their head, making a split decision. Because now I feel all panicky for some reason, like, oh goodness, oh, someone needs to calm down. Death. Someone's worried about some information. They just are. They could be worried that you're in danger or that someone else is in danger due to the death of someone, because maybe you know information about what had happened to another person. And I'm not saying that it's who I was talking about and whatever like that in this reading. It's just that could be going on in a situation, like you know something about someone, and because it's almost like because clarity's coming out about this situation, that situation, this person, that person, and just whatever, it's almost like, okay, well, all this is coming out and all this is true. So then this must be true about what happened to this person, whoever died. So it's almost like if someone wants to shut your ass up or shut someone up, they could be worried, like, I wish you didn't know this, because, I don't know, because I'm worried now that something bad might happen because you know something. That's what it feels like. Because for some reason, you know what's making me think of? A few readings ago, I don't know if any of you watched it, because this has popped up a couple times since I started recording this, like talking about the dream and stuff. It was a case I picked up on that I had never heard of, which is usually how this happens. And sometimes I pick up on the cases that I end up watching down the line on YouTube or wherever, because it's what I'm going to be doing that day or coming up or whatever, because the information is going to come to me, even if it's just on TV, you know what I mean? That's why I pick up on TV shows and crap like that, because this is a solved case, so there's like no extra details were necessary for what I picked up on. It's just for it's like clarity purposes, basically, for myself, so that I know that so I can trust the information I get, basically. But it's also for other people too, because I do pick up on some very serious stuff sometimes, depending on what it is, you know, and who it's for and how important it is ultimately. But there was this one case where this girl, she went to an alternative school because she had ADHD and stuff like that. Like, she just didn't fit in. Well, her group of friends were these two asshole kids. I'm just saying, they were just jerks. They got in trouble with the law all the time. They were bullies. They beat people up. They were just rotten human beings. They were even mean to her. Like, she was their best friend, but they were just horrible to her. And these two a-holes liked her. They were interested in her. And she didn't want to date either one of them. She ended up, like, trying to date one of them, but they're both psychopaths, I'm just saying. But anyways, they lured her over to Cruz's house, because that was the guy's name. I can't remember the other guy's name, his friend or whatever. But they were both there. They were both part of this. And they attacked her, tortured her, essayed her. And then when she was too weak to do anything, couldn't even speak, they literally put her in a freezer, and she suffocated in there. She froze and suffocated. And then they, when they removed the body, basically, they put her in a duffel bag, in a hockey bag, and took a fucking bus down to a bridge and put her under the bridge and tried to burn the evidence in the body and whatever. But they were carrying her on their shoulders, like taking turns, because, dead weight is heavy. And I felt like, I'm like, it's like weighing on me, like it really is, something's really heavy here. And it felt like a backpack or a bag, or it hurt. It was as if you were carrying boulders around. That's what it felt like. And I wasn't shivering in that video. My hands are cold right now talking about it, but I was picking up on what had happened with her, and the fires and stuff like that. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And they knew that the remains wouldn't be completely obliterated, basically. They just didn't want their DNA to be detected. That's why they did that. But I'm like, you stupid fucks, they got caught anyways, which good for them. I hope they get their asses beat in jail, because people like that deserve to suffer. In my opinion, they really, really do. 10 swords. This is fucking ridiculous. And it was so senseless. But anyways, the reason why I'm talking about that is because I picked up on it, and then I watched it, and I'm going, that's what I was feeling. Like I was carrying something around. And it didn't feel like, oh, the stress, the weight of the world. It felt like I'm literally lugging something, and it was heavy. So if it wasn't that case, I'm just saying there was someone who literally carries heavy stuff on them. Like maybe they're a mover or has something to do with a moving company. I don't know. Regardless, someone was moving something fucking heavy, and it hurt. It was painful. That's how heavy it was. And a deceased body would be that way. Just saying. So I know that this reading's a little screwed up, but it's more of like a dream share, a little bit of confirmation, and kind of advice. You know what I mean? If you find yourself in a similar situation, than what I've been going through and whatever, just use your discernment with people, no matter how compassionate you are, because you can show compassion and you can show support and you can give advice and still keep distance. Do you know what I mean? And still not be part of a problem, because that's basically what's happened here. And I was saying, if you need someone to talk to, you can always call me and message me and talk to me, and I will give you the best advice I can. But I'm not going to be part of anything unhealthy, period. End of discussion. I'm just not. No matter what that means to them, me, whatever. It's like, I just don't want drama, and I don't want problems. And there's a lot of hate and discontent and drama and problems that surround that person, and they drag him into it a lot. And it's sad, but he's gonna have to learn to set boundaries for himself, because it's like falling for the drama, falling for a facade, trusting people you shouldn't trust is what this is. Because a lot of these people are just bored in their lives, just saying, whatever that is. But what comes around goes around, so just be aware that changes are coming in a lot of different situations, not just in one. Because that's why certain things like that come up, because it's not necessarily just for myself or someone specific I'm speaking about, even if I don't name names and stuff. It's a lot of people go through similar experiences, you know what I mean? So it's like, use your discernment in your own life with the people around you, and if anyone tries to call you back, like, come back over here, you know what I mean? Like, reassociate yourself with us or whoever, and you're like, it took me forever to pull out of that, I'm not doing that again. Listen to yourself above anyone else, you know what I mean? Don't get roped into a bad situation because you think you can trust someone. Listen to your gut, you know what I mean? But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll have more actual readings, pulling cards and stuff like that coming up. I do have some personals to do. Now my energy is finally, I don't know, there's like, I felt, it's hard to explain because I wanted to do readings and I was thinking about it, but I'm like, I just needed a break because I was getting super exhausted. But I also found out that my kid's father was feeling that way. He was getting so tired. I don't know why he was just so tired. Like, I think it was just yesterday he told me that. And that's how I was feeling, because I was fine. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, I just want to go to bed. Like, I just wanted a nap. I was so tired out of nowhere. And then he told me that's how he was feeling. So I was probably picking up on that. But I was trying to pull myself away from other people's energies and just relax. And I'm definitely in a clearer space right now, which is probably why the clarity's coming in. Just saying. I'm in a clearer space right now, which is why clarity's coming in. The dead are talking. They are. Oh yeah. The Eight of Wands and then the Page of Swords. And I'm pretty sure there are people listening. Could be a group of friends or younger energies who are listening, who are paying attention. There's a group of people who are listening to something. I don't know. I just wanted to say, why are you celebrating? So this could be party energy, or someone could be celebrating. I don't know. They're celebrating something that pertains to the deceased in some sort of way. And I don't know if it's a celebration of life. It doesn't feel that way. No. There's a sense of justice and liberation coming in with this, so that could be what somebody's celebrating as well. But anyways, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.